With that, we now come to the 17th shloka and the third in the 15th, 16th, 17th trio of shlokas that correspond to Goddess Saraswati. This is the last in that series, and the Bija mantras here are all the letters of the alphabet from Am to Ksham. In this shloka, she is worshipped along with 8 other mothers of speech. They are called as Matrikas. I have mentioned in this multiple in podcasts before. Vashini and other devatas are called as VagDevatas. In Sri Yantra, their position is in the 8-dimensioned enclosure, for a lack of a better word. This is called as Sarva Rogahara Chakra. That is the technical name for it. And that chakra corresponds to this shloka. And the Bija mantras corresponding to this shloka are Am to Ksham, all the letters of the Sanskrit alphabet. We'll look at how this is described in the shloka itself. But before that, quickly once again, the Siddhi of this shloka is mastery of all arts, of all the colors. Why all the colors we'll also see in the shloka it is mentioned. The sadhana that is prescribed is for 91 days. It's much longer than the usual ones. Once again, 1,000 times chant, Sahasravaram, and facing east. And the Naivedya is Panchamritam. Like we have seen before, it is 2 more ingredients on top of Trimadhuram. Trimadhuram has bananas, honey, and jaggery or sugar. This one has milk, and some people consider jaggery and sugar as the 2 ingredients. Some people add curd also, some people don't add curd. But Panchamritam is 5 elixirs basically. And once again, if you have any confusions as to the recipe of it, you can go ask the nearest temple and they'll gladly give you the recipe of Panchamritam. And this is the yantra that corresponds to the 17th shloka of Soundarya Lahari. Let us look at how to chant the words of this shloka first. You can repeat after me. Savitribhir vacham. It is split as Savitribhi and Vacham. Savitribhir Vacham Shashimani Shila Bhanga Ruchibhi. Split as Shashi Mani Shila Bhanga Ruchibhi. Shashimani Shila Bhanga Ruchibhi. Vashinyadhyabhistvam. Vashini Adyabhi Tvam. Vashinyadhyabhistvam Saha Janani. It is not Janani. It is not a Dirgha I. It is a Hrasva I. It stops at Janani. Sanchintayati Yaha Sa Karta Kavyanam Bhavati. Once again, it's not Bhavati, Bhavati. Mahatam Bhangi Ruchibhi. This whole thing is one compound word, so we don't split it. But the component words of this whole one single word is Vachobhi, Vagdevi, Vadana, Kamala, Amoda, Madhuraihi. The whole word is Vachobhir Vagdevi Vadana Kamala Moda Madhuraihi. You can chant it slower if you feel like it. Vachobhir Vagdevi Vadana Kamala Moda Madhuraihi. We'll do it line by line. Savitribhir Vacham Shashimani Shila Bhanga Ruchibhi. Vashinyadhyabhistvam Saha Janani Sanchintayati Yaha. Sakarta Kavyanam Bhavati Mahatam Bhangi Ruchibhi. Vachobhir Vagdevi Vadana Kamala Moda Madhuraihi. I hope you guys are paying attention to where it is the and where it is dha. It is Amoda Madhuraihi. So it can't be, I know Tamil people have the Madurai place, but it is Madhurai here. Madhura is the word. Coming to the layer-wise arrangement of the words in this shloka, there are two key ideas that are being conveyed in this shloka. Yaha, that person, tvam, to you, sanchintayati, that one who contemplates upon you or who meditates upon you, sanchintayati, sa karta bhavati. Such a person becomes the creator, creates. Karta is the creator, the doer. What does he do, and how does what kind of form is such a person contemplating you in? All of those are described in the subsequent layers of this main key ideas, both of these. We look at the first one. Yaha tvam sanchintayati, the one who meditates upon you. Janani is O goddess, O mother. Janani is the one who gives birth, O mother. Janani is the Prathama Purusha prayoga of mother. She is the mother, is Sa Janani. O mother is He Janani. That Janani becomes Janani when you are addressing her directly. So that is why it is O mother, He mother, direct Sambodhana. The one who meditates upon you. Saha is along with. Saha sanchintayati. Meditates you along with who else? Vacham savitri bhi saha. Savita is the progenitor, the technical word, the one who gives birth. Savitri is the one who gives birth, like that. That is why Gayatri mantra is also called as Savitri mantra. We'll not go into all of that, but Savitri is the one who gives birth. To what? Vacham savitri bhi. That bihi is a bahuvachana prayoga indicator. So along with saha, all other mothers of speech. Vacham savitri bhi saha sanchintayati janani. O mother, the one who contemplates upon you, along with other mothers of speech. Who are these other mothers of speech? There is of course her at the center of the Sri Yantra, the one who contemplates upon her there, along with those other 8 people, 8 dimensions, 8 energies encircling her in the Sarva Rogahara Chakra. Who are they? Vashinyadhyabhi. Adi is etc. Vashini, etc. So the 8 will go back to that Sri Yantra depiction of the 8 enclosures. It's called a Sarvaroga Har Chakra. If you search for it online, you will find this image. Otherwise, you can look at the Sri Yantra yourself, and there is an enclosure. There is the dot in the middle. There is a downward pointing triangle around it, and around that there is an 8. How do I put it? 8 vertices that enclosure has. It has 8 circles. I'll show you the picture later. But there are those 8 enclosures pertain to goddesses who are Vashini, Kameshwari, Modini, Vimala, Aruna, Jayini, Sarveshwari and Kaulini. And they correspond to the letters of the Sanskrit alphabet from Am to Ksham. How? 5 correspond to the 5 rows of consonants. Kakha, ga, ga, nga, cha, cha, ja, jhanya, they all correspond to 1 each. A to Aha correspond to Vashini herself, all the vowels. The first one is Vashini. The second one, Kameshwari, is the Ka, and similarly all the others. And the after Papa Babhama, there is Ya, Ra, La, Va. They correspond to 1. And Sha, Sha, Saha and La. They correspond to another. Like this, 5 rows of consonants, plus the vowels, plus the 2 sets of the extra consonants at the end. There are 8 such other mothers of speech. So the one who contemplates upon you, O mother, along with all these other 8. And how are they? What is the nature of them? They are resplendent. They are shining. They ruchi bhi. They have this property of being like Shashi Mani Shila Bhanga. Bhanga is a fragment. Shila Bhanga is a fragment of that sculpture or stone. Shila is is a jewel. This Shashi Mani Shila is the entire word, the jewel of the moon. So all the aspects, the kalas or the arts and everything that is associated with the fine expression of human capability is said to be that of the moon. So that is why as proud as we need to be about our accomplishments of reaching our natural satellite, the race towards the moon and plundering its natural resources is really, that's why I did not put up too many celebratory posts, because there is definitely a cause for concern there. I am really glad that we are not left behind and we are there in the race and right up there. So we're not going to face dire consequences of being left behind in that race for consumption of more and more resources. Not only we are not having enough of earth resources, but we want to plunder others. But anyway, all these refined expressions, everything that is about human consciousness is just sitting under a full moon, knowing that there is no nuclear reactor or some power station up there and it's not ready to blow up sometime, is a peaceful prospect. There's so much poetry around moon, and all of poetry is said to come on, and gentle expressions from him. Anyway, these 8 other mothers of speech are like the aspects of the jewel, which is the moon, Shashi Mani Shilabhang. That moon that keeps the different fragments. Bhanga is different fragments, and with every phase, it looks like the jewel is broken slightly differently. So all these 8 aspects of speech that are like the different fragments of the jewel that is the moon, the one who contemplates upon you, and all the other aspects of speech like that. Sa karta bhavati. Such a person becomes the creator, karta, of what? Kavyanam, of poetic works. What kind of kavyas? Mahatam bhangi ruchibihi. Like kavyas like the greats that have come before Adi Shankara, like Valmiki, Kalidasa, and so on, is what the commentaries say. Like the other great enlightened beings and the other wise ones and the great poets who have come before. One becomes capable of compiling poetic works of such magnitude. With what kind of words? Vachobhi. Through words. VagDevi vadana kamala amoda madhuraihi. Through words that are sweet, madhuraihi, which bring joy. Moda and muda is joy. Amoda is that which brings joy. Brings joy to whom? To the vadana kamala, to the face, to the lips, to the smile, to the lotus-like face of VagDevi herself, the goddess of speech, Saraswati herself. So such a person becomes capable of creating poetic works like the giants, like the great poets who have come before, through words which are so sweet that they bring joy to the lotus-like face of goddess Saraswati herself. This is the layer-wise arrangement of the words in the shloka and the meaning that it contains.